Kirsty, thank you for joining me for the Active podcast. It's great to have you on the sofa. So just love if you can introduce yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So I'm Kirsty Mclean. I'm Wellbeing Programme Director for Nuffield Health, and I deliver the wellbeing strategy across EMEA.
What does movement mean for you and how do you keep active?
So for me, I love to train. I train 5 times a week. So I ensure that I'm swimming and I'm getting involved with my friends, my family. I've got 2 small children. I think the importance of movement for me is also around just walking. It could just be standing up from a desk. So movement is so important as well. Just kind of that minute movement breaks in the day as well.
Why do you think physical movement has such an important role in the workplace?
I think it's so important for health and wellness. I think at Nuffield Health, that's the premise, is getting people moving. I think we know that if we're sitting, it has an impact not only on our physical health, but our mental health as well. So I think it's really important to instill work-life integration in the workplace and for companies to have a culture that enables people to do that.
What do you see in terms of workplaces trying to enable movement? What kind of strategy have you seen through the work that you've been doing to enable long-term cultural embedding movement into the workplace?
So we have sports, arts and social network. And again, within that enables people to feel part of a community, a sense of purpose and belonging. And again, it's that social motivation side where they'll join as part of a group. So from running clubs, we've got programs as well with our on-site fitness team, and they're delivering workshops, strength training, a variety of activities to get people involved in what they like and enjoy most.
How do you think an organisation sort of tap into people's passions for movement to really get to those people who aren't necessarily moving enough, might be at the desk a little bit more? How can we use movement more to create more engagement and more people overall?
I think it's demonstrating, because a lot of the time when people think about movement, they do initiate it with the gym. You have to be in the gym or you have to do a sport. I think movement is so simple. It's much more simple than that. It's just getting outside, on your lunch break for a walk. Like if you're having a team meeting, take the team outside, walk. That's movement in itself. So I think it's changing how we think about movement and getting that message across first and foremost. And then it's about that workplace culture, enabling people to step out away from their desks, that it's okay to go for a walk and to move.
What does move more mean to you when you think about large organisations? That simple term, move more. What does that mean for you?
For me, it means positive workplace culture. It means kind of freedom. It means that companies are taking initiative to support health and wellness in the workplace. I think if you see people are posting a lot about moving more, then you can see that's a good organisation that allows people to take care of their health and well-being. And that's what we want to see more of. And that's what we instill in all the corporate sites for Nuffield Health is, health and wellness in the workplace and helping people live better, longer lives.
What evidence have you seen that, when the leaders take part in movement, what evidence have you seen that cascades down to then kind of create a much broader engagement in those movement initiatives?
Yeah, we found that people are more likely to share their stories and feel that they can feel safe to share their stories. We have on every page that we have, be it MSK page or mental health support page, menopause page, we ensure that there's the CEO statement of why, for example, movement is important to reduce musculoskeletal problems in the workplace. And so I think then people are more open to share and come forward to say, I'm happy to share my story of where I struggled with pain or how movement helped me through that.
Have you seen sort of a direct correlation between a strong wellbeing program that gets people moving more and a business outcome?
Yeah, definitely. I think the big key is awareness. So raising awareness first and foremost of what initiatives are out there, and then just enabling measurement of that. So we've really seen the more that we're driving awareness, more people are involved, they're engaged. We measure those numbers and we can see again across all departments in the business who are more active, who are not. And then therefore we know where do we need to tailor those programs to if those measures are coming out low. So it's really about engagement and measuring that impact.
And one of the things we often see and hear in wellbeing programs is the ability around like ROI. So do you feel that there's real power in the data that, if you can see the data, you can see the movement,
Definitely.
you can then tailor that to help drive the organisation in the right areas.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's how we shape the wellbeing strategy, across EMEA. That's how we do it. We look at the data, we review it quarterly, biannually, and we review the data and what it's showing, and it's qualitative and quantitative. And then that's what tells us, okay, what do we need to do when it comes to MSK or absence reasons? Is it to do with pain? And then we can look at the data to show more people are engaged in the services, and then there's less chronic illnesses as well because of that, less absence reasons linked with that.
So what does the future hold for physical well-being in the workplace?
I think for organisations, it's about tapping into having a variety of options, getting people connected, and involved in initiatives and wellbeing programs. That's why I think more organisations we're seeing will have somebody in my role similar, so a wellbeing lead, wellbeing manager, to help to support those initiatives and programs in the workplace, because it's about what people enjoy. It's not a blanket approach that everybody must do this. It's finding different ways that people can come together and do what they enjoy. That's how they'll move more.
And when you think about, if you were to give any recommendations to your peers within wellbeing leads in other organisations, what advice would you give them around helping to embed physical movement into their organisation?
I would advise a platform to use, so be it an app, be it Teams, where you can get communities together, where people are talking, sharing photos. I think it's a really good way of creating that kind of purpose and belonging. Also, that psychological safety in the workplace, that it's okay to step away from your desk, to make time for you. I think the more that organisations do that, then there'll be a better impact for health and wellness.
The landscape around working at home, the office, is clearly changing, with more organisations trying to get you into the office more, but there's still people working from home. In this new landscape that we work in, what opportunities do you think there are for organisations to think around the modelling of how we work to enable and empower employees to be more physically active?
I think it does come down to the internal policies, processes, that hybrid approach to working, flexible working in the workplace, so that people can take time for themselves just as much they might go out and do the school run. They might take time to exercise in the morning. It might be go for a walk at their lunch. So I think it's having that kind of flexible approach to working. It has definitely moved away from kind of your Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 approach. It's more kind of flexible around work-life integration. And I think that's what's really important that we need to consider when we're looking at hybrid working and an approach to wellbeing.
How do you embed a culture of movement for the whole workforce?
I think it's getting the message across, the understanding of what movement is. It's understanding how to tap into that and motivate people to move in the right way that works for them. So the gym might not be, for everyone. It's about getting out and doing what works for you, be it going for a walk, and just taking time out for yourself in fresh air away from your desk.
What's your favourite wellbeing initiative that you've seen in all of your time work in this field?
Total Active Hub.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant. I love that.
I think it's really good. I think from that community aspect, I think it's really important to get people engaged, that social connection, where people are sharing their stories as well. I love the reward side. I think people can drop off if there isn't a sense of reward. So I love that with Total Active Hub, there's a sense that people can choose which charity, that they want to give to. And I think it gets people connected. It gives people a sense of purpose and belonging as well. And I think it's a really good platform to bring people together.
It's when you hear people say, my life has changed because I started walking with my colleagues virtually. It's like really powerful to realise it's just a simple walk can change someone's life. You don't really see that when you look on the outside world telling you need to go and do a 50k run to change your life. You don't actually.
No.
That's fascinating. So Kirsty, just want to thank you for coming to join me on the sofa today, talk all about physical movement. It's been an absolute pleasure. Look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.